This your boy Diddy Knows Ball, and today we're gonna be covering some college basketball. I haven't seen too much college basketball coverage. If it is out there, I apologize, but I almost forgot the season was started, man. And on opening night, it's actually three games I'm very interested in. I'm gonna be breaking down, and that's Texas A&M versus UCF, it's Texas versus Ohio State, and then that's Baylor versus Gonzaga. Starting off Texas A&M versus UCF. I'm interested in this game because you have the storylines with UCF, with Mikey Williams, of course, Dior Johnson, JJ Taylor, and just it's a group of guys that was kind of misfits from a high school basketball world who was actually high school basketball stars. Ratings dropped, had off the court issues. They came together at UCF trying to reignite their careers, and that's very interesting, especially against Texas A&M, who's a team that I think is overrated. I like Wade Taylor, I like Henry Coleman, I like Zurich Phillips, but I don't think they're the 13th best team in the nation. I think A&M is favored by 4.5 points, which basically is like a toss up in my opinion when the odds is that close. So me personally, I'm going with Texas A&M to win this game, but I wouldn't be surprised if UCF win. And if does win, I can see them having a Colorado type hype train just on the college basketball side of things because everybody loves Mikey or they love to hate Mikey. People got their thoughts on Dior, and JJ Taylor has potential to be a star. So if everything works out for UCF, and especially if they can beat a 13th ranked Texas A&M team that I think is a little overrated because they got absolutely dog walked by Houston. They didn't look good at all. I get it was an exhibition and all that, but I did not think A&M looked good in that exhibition game, and I think they're vulnerable. I don't think their bigs are that good, and outside of Wade Taylor, I don't know if they just have any other special players because Dior was a former five star, Mikey was a former five star, JJ Taylor was a former five star at some point in their career. So I think the talent is there for UCF, but I'm leaning A&M just because those guys is more proven on a college level. But the talent gap is not that big. You even got Benny Williams that transferred from Syracuse. He's on UCF. They got Sellers, their guard, that's still at UCF. They lead and score from last year, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, this is a pick 'em game. I'm picking A&M, but I wouldn't be shocked if UCF wins. And if UCF wins, that Colorado style hype train will begin because everybody's interested in Mikey and Dior and those guys. But I'm picking A&M. Next game, Texas versus Ohio State. This is another game. I think Texas is a 2.5 favorite to win. And I like Texas backcourt. They got Trey Johnson, who's a walking bucket, 5 star. I'm pretty sure he was a top five prospect. You know, the ratings always change. But Trey Johnson's a walking bucket in that backcourt. Who else did Texas have in their backcourt? I know they brought in Tremont Mark from Houston. They got Jordan Pope. I think he was out of Oregon State, if I'm not mistaken. So they got a solid backcourt, but I think after that it's kind of bare bones. They did bring in Arthur Kaluma, who's like a small ball 4 or 5 type of guy, and they got Caden Shedrick back, the guy that transferred from Virginia, but he was there last year, but he wasn't all that hot. I guess he's solid, but Ohio State, they have good guards. They brought in Michi Johnson from South Carolina, who's a bucket getter. If anybody done seen Michi Johnson play, he come to show up when the lights is on. At least the times I've seen him. I like Michi Johnson. They got Bruce Thornton, a guy who gets buckets for them and who got buckets for them last year, and he even upped his assists last year. They bringing in John Mobley, a freshman that I like, who everybody was comparing to Steph Curry. I don't think he's on that level, but I think he could have an impact in this game. Now, he could also go the other way, like an Aiden Holloway type of guy who probably just kind of too small and is not going to be in year one where he's going to be most effective. That could happen too. But I think Michi Johnson and Bruce Thornton can hold down those guard spots. And the thing that separates Ohio State to me, why I would pick them to upset Texas, is their front court. Now, Ohio State got two former 5 star sophomore front court players. Sean Stewart, who is a power player from that transferred from Duke, who's a former 5 star, who I actually thought gave Duke some good minutes. off the bench, but they just didn't really play him as much as I thought he should play, and obviously him too since he transferred. And they got Aaron Bradshaw transferred from Kentucky, who had struggled with injuries last year, but also showed flashes. So I think the front court between Sean Stewart and Aaron Bradshaw, this is gonna be the key to the game because I think the back courts is pretty much even. But front courts, I give the edge to Ohio State, and I don't know. I kind of just lean Ohio State. If I was a big man, I'll go Ohio State in this game. But then again, Trey Johnson could just go off because I think he's the most talented player in this game. So who knows? But I'm picking Ohio State. Last game on the agenda: Baylor versus Gonzaga. Uh, Gonzaga is another team who didn't look good in the exhibition game against USC. I even think they lost. And I don't know who Eric Musselman got over there in USC. But just the fact that Gonzaga didn't look that good, I turned the game off. It was just kind of sloppy from Gonzaga. They didn't look. Graham Ike looked kind of bad, and I like Nimhard. I like Ike when he's playing good. I like Dusty Stromer. I like Nolan Hickman, but that's it. I think Baylor has more players I like. I think VJ Edgecombe will be the best player in this game. Um, I like Jeremy Roach. I think he's a shot-making guard. Norchad Omier, relentless motor. I think Baylor is tougher than Gonzaga just on paper and just what I know of these guys. I think Scott Drew is a better coach than Mark Few. No offense. Mark Few's still a good coach. But I give the edge to Baylor in this game. Now, I could be wrong, but if I was a betting man, like I said, I would go Baylor. Um, I think VJ is going to be the best player on the court. I think Norchad Omier is going to be the most physical presence on the court. But is there a world when Ryan Nimhard actually goes off? Absolutely goes off. Is there a world where Dusty Stromer hits 5 to 6 threes? Yeah. Could Gonzaga win this game? But just based off how they look in a exhibition game against USC, they don't really look like they have too much depth. I also like the depth that Baylor has in Nunn, Langston Love, just those pieces like that. I think Gonzaga is a 4-man team. If they're not, I could be mistaken, but just based off my knowledge, I think Baylor's going to win this game. So to go back through the teams, I got Texas A&M over UCF. I have Ohio State over Texas, and I have Baylor over Gonzaga. Let me know in the comments what you think about these games, what you think about college basketball this season, and just give me some of your predictions. Talk to me. I'll talk back. This your boy Diddy Knows Ball. I'm out.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.